Item 9B, approve, design, and adopt resolution authorizing the city manager to execute a construction contract with JMB Construction, Inc. for the Crestmoor and Lomita Pump Stations Rehabilitation Project in the amount of $5,724,002 and approving a construction contingency of $860,000. Also authorizing the city manager to execute a contract for construction management and inspection services with Tanner Pacific in an amount not to exceed $497,596. Also approving a total project budget in the amount of $7,719,346. And finally appropriating an additional $1,696,846 from the Wastewater Capital Fund.
Thank you, Vicki. Jim?
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. As part of the consent decree with San Francisco Baykeeper in 2011, the city is required to implement a number of projects to reduce sanitary sewer overflows in the sewer collection system. The city has 6 sanitary sewer pump stations that are operated and maintained by the city and has scheduled the replacement of these pump stations in the CIP program to meet the consent decree requirements. The Olympic pump station has already been constructed. The Spyglass pump station is currently under construction. And this item in front of you tonight is the award of construction contract for 2 other pump stations, the Crestmoor and Lomita. The construction of both of these pump stations were scheduled to be completed by July of 2018. However, due to the complexity of the design at both of these pump stations, and the design required careful review, which resulted in several design revisions and the delay in the start of this project. Since it is currently unachievable to complete the construction by July, staff provided an updated project schedule to Baykeeper in the 2017 Annual Sanitary Sewer Overflow Summary Report back in February. Baykeeper was pleased with the city's progress to meet the SSO reduction performance goals and the city's continued dedication to effectively reduce SSOs throughout the city's sewer system. Baykeeper didn't have any additional comments on the overall schedule for these pump station projects. So just a little background on these pump stations. The Crestmoor pump station was constructed in about 1963 or 1964, so it's about like 54 years old. It's located near the intersection of Crestmoor Drive and Oxford Lane. Just some pictures of the pump station site. The pump station building is located behind the back walk. As you see from the top of the picture, on the bottom shows the generator on the left side of the roll-up door, and the right side contains the pump. As for Lomita Pump Station, it was constructed in around 1960. It's located near the intersection of San Antonio Avenue and Santa Helena. The pump station and generator are all enclosed within a chain link fence. Here's a picture of the pump station. And design of both of these pump stations were combined into a single project, which was intended to reduce the overall design cost. So based on the costs from the previous contracts with other pump station design consultants, the city potentially saved about $250,000 by performing the design of both of these pump stations together. So these facilities will be upgraded with new pumps, electrical components, generator. The pump station will include new wet well, which is the holding basin for the sewer and the pumps, and that matches the design at other pump stations. And to eliminate large solids from entering the wet well, we're also including a grinder to increase the longevity of the pumps. And along with the upgrade of the pump station, the force main, which is the pressurized pipeline that moves sewer by pumping, is also being replaced. So in addition to the sewer force main replacement at the pump station, the project will also replace the existing gravity sewer mains along the San Antonio Avenue between Santa Helena and Santa Ynez, and the water main along San Antonio Avenue between Santa Helena and San Marco. So completion of this project will provide residents with a more reliable sewer and water system. Staff issued the notice of inviting bids for the project back in February, and we sent it also to 53 contractors listed in the city's contractors directory and also posted on the city's website. During the bid opening on March 29th, the city received 3 bids. with the price ranging from $5.7 to $6.7 million. The lowest bid was from JMB Construction in the amount of $5,724,000, which was 12% lower than the engineer's estimate. The bids were competitive. The two low bidders were about $9,000 apart. Staff is recommending to award the contract to JMB Construction tonight. And the city has extensive experience working with the contractor, JMB, and are satisfied with their performance. And the firm completed the Crestmoor neighborhood reconstruction, phase 3 project, the college pump station, and the Genevan sewer replacement project, and also they're currently working on the San Mateo Avenue water and sewer replacement project. So as part of the construction work, staff is also recommending to award a contract to construction management and inspection firm to provide dedicated inspection and oversight to deliver the project. And staff received 3 proposals. And based on the review of these proposals, staff is recommending to award the project to Tanner Pacific. Although the city is not required to consider cost as a criteria in the selection process, these costs of these services were reviewed, and these costs from these proposals range from approximately $500,000 to $775,000, with Tanner Pacific providing the lowest cost proposal. And Tanner Pacific has the experience and qualifications to performed construction management and inspection for other agencies such as Silicon Valley Clean Water, Union Sanitary District, and City of San Carlos. The references were all positive and favorable. And as part of the project, there will be a community outreach as there are construction impacts such as temporary roadway closures, noise, dust, service interruptions, and access in and out of private properties. However, we'll try to minimize the neighborhood impacts as much as we can for this project. And staff anticipates the construction starting around August 2018 here, and last about 12 months to complete. So as part of the fiscal impact, the fiscal years 2017-22 CIP has a total budget of approximately $6 million for the pump station, gravity main, and the water main projects. With the construction contract, 15% construction contingency, and CM and inspection costs, staff is requesting an additional appropriation of about $1.7 million from the wastewater capital fund. And this project is funded by the 2017 wastewater revenue bond, and there is approximately $21 million in that fund, which is sufficient to fund the appropriation. So this concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Questions to staff and council?
I have to ask, $2, $5 million something, and $2, really? Is that the latte, or is that? It just seems funny. That's all. Thank you for the report. It's very thorough.
Marty.
Yes, thank you. So these have to get done. I've been talking about our water rates and sewer rates, and here we are with our sewer. Originally budgeted $6 million, and final project cost $7.7 million. Can you give some other information on what explains the difference? And then I have a couple other questions on that. Just why 1.7 million more?
Yeah, so during the budget, we didn't account for the contingency, CM and inspection, as well as staff management and management costs. So contingency alone is about close to $1 million, and inspection management, outside firm, it's about $500,000 there too. So with that, it's close to about $1.5, $1.6 million.
And the city's down to one inspector now, right? One public works inspector?
Yes.
Okay. So it's understandable that one inspector can't cover all the projects that are going on. So I recall that at some point we were going to pave Huntington. So what's going to happen, that's going to be pushed back a year at least as we're waiting for this project to get built so we can put in the sewer main. Okay.
So So as part of, this project actually had the paving of Huntington included, and that was removed as part of this project because the city received a grant to pave that portion of the roadway. And in order to use grant money, the city is deferring the paving of the roadway as part of this project, and then we'll be using the grant later on.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in our pipes, and then we're going to pave afterwards.
Correct.
Okay. Because I believe some people from the public, I know one gentleman was thinking that was going to get done this year, so it's not. So, and that's okay. I understand there are things that happen in construction, but that's fine too. And it has to get done. We have to do this. Are these the last projects on the consent decree that need to get completed? Are we all good now? For everything we were supposed to do in the consent decree? Because these two things were supposed to happen now, and we got I guess a grace period to complete them. Is there anything else that is out there that we still need to take care of that I just don't want a surprise about that we're out of compliance? So is there anything else out there? Are we good?
Yeah, so we finished several projects already, and we have one project that we're bringing to the council, which is the Crystal Springs sewer replacement project. That's another capacity-related project. The other one is the Crestwood sewer upgrade as well. That's another project that is part of the consent decree. So there are two projects that are still remaining in our books for us to complete.
And we have them coming this fiscal coming year, or are we okay with our Baykeepers have been good so far with our compliance?
I'm sorry, say that.
We're okay with our compliance, though. They have to get done by this year, or we're okay. We're going to get a just kind of a waiver for the time. Are we going to get in legal trouble by not complying, or where do we stand with that?
Well, I'm not sure whether we'll be legal. That's something that maybe we can talk to Mark about, whether we'll have any legal issues with Baykeeper. But we've been keeping them, abreast of our schedule, and they realized, as part of the document that was submitted to them, the revised schedule was provided to them, and so the city is not ignoring any of these projects. We're in the process of constructing all of these, and all of the ones that I mentioned, the Crystal Springs project is ready to go out to bid. We're just finalizing just a few tweaks on the specifications that's being done right now. But I should be bringing to council within the next 2 to 3 months after the project is that goes out to bid. And the other project is currently under design as well for the Crestwood sewer main project.
If I could just add to the director's comments, the concern is well understood and well taken. The city has been working closely to keep the Baykeepers informed, and we've consistently and interestingly received routinely positive feedback from the Baykeepers, both about our performance consistent with the compliance plans as well as our coordination with them. So I think I can confidently say that we are not anticipating any adverse information or action by the Baykeepers or the regional board, for that matter, with respect to our compliance with the agreements and the orders.
And the last follow-up. So, but a formal approval of a time extension isn't necessary. It seems like that would be like the most secure thing, where we actually got an extension of compliance.
We can take a look at that. It's not our understanding, but we will certainly look more carefully at that.
All right, thank you.
Other questions, staff?
No, through the chair, I just think that the recommendation of staff is needed. We can't wait any longer for this. It will cost money. I think the comment was made, or the report included the potential for more costs, but we know construction costs are increasing, so.
City Attorney, this is to approve design and adopt a resolution. Can this all be done at once?
Yes, I believe there's just one resolution in the packet.
Okay. Is there there any action from council?
I'll introduce the resolution.
Vicky?
Councilmember Salazar,
Aye.
Councilmember Medina,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Davis,
Aye.
Mayor Medina.
Aye.